Welcome to this explainer. Today we're jumping right into the massive viral sensation that is Bubs Sweets to find out what's really hiding inside those colorful little skull-shaped gummies and sour foams. You know, you've probably heard that satisfying ASMR crunch all over your social media feeds lately. For a lot of people, Bubs are just these incredibly aesthetic, vibrant Swedish candies that are part of a huge trend. But if you're a Muslim consumer trying to navigate the modern snack aisle, well, the biggest question isn't about the sugar content or the sour coating or even those crazy neon colors. No, the real investigation starts with what happens behind the scenes in the manufacturing process, way before that candy ever hits the shelf.
So, let's tackle the massive question head-on. Are Bubs Sweets halal or haram? Because, let's be real, seeing these candies absolutely dominate the internet begs the question. Just because something is flying off the shelves, does that automatically mean it's permissible for us to eat? Obviously, popularity doesn't dictate dietary law. A sweet can look totally innocent. I mean, it's just a cute little gummy skull, right? But if it has the wrong ingredients, it suddenly becomes a serious matter of faith. We've really got to separate the internet hype from the actual food science.
And you are literally seeing these everywhere right now. TikTok shops, local supermarkets, fancy dedicated candy stores, and especially those super trendy repacked pick and mix bags. It's a total retail phenomenon. But here's the catch. For a Muslim consumer, a sweet bought from one of these trendy spots might look totally harmless, but it could be hiding some major red flags. We're talking about hidden contaminants like pork gelatin, alcohol-based flavorings, or animal-derived additives that entirely change the status of your snack.
Section 1. Investigating the ingredients. Let's put on our detective hats and break down exactly what's inside these candies.
Okay, starting with the big one. The word every Muslim has learned to look out for when flipping a candy bag over. Gelatin. In the candy world, and even in hidden places like marshmallows or yogurts, gelatin is used as a structural protein to give gummies that perfect, satisfying chew. But, as we all know, it's a massive roadblock for halal candy. If that gelatin comes from pork, strictly haram. And even if it's beef, if the animal wasn't slaughtered Islamically, it's still a huge problem. Honestly, this is usually where the investigation stops dead in its tracks for most mainstream gummies, because gelatin is just everywhere.
But hey, here is some surprisingly good news. Bubs is actually quite different from your standard mainstream gummy. Their current official product info states crystal clear that their standard candies are vegan-friendly and entirely gelatin-free. Instead of animal proteins, they use plant-based alternatives to get that signature chew. That means the absolute biggest red flag, pork gelatin, is completely off the table for the normal Bubs range. Huge sigh of relief right off the bat, right? But hold on, our investigation isn't quite over yet.
We definitely can't stop there. Our second usual suspect is animal-derived coloring, specifically an ingredient called carmine, which often hides under the legal label E120. Now brace yourself if you didn't know this, but carmine is a vibrant red dye that actually comes from crushed insects. It sounds like a bad prank, but it's incredibly common because it gives candies this amazingly stable, bright red or purple pop. Many Muslims actively avoid it due to its origin and the real scholarly concerns around eating insects. So whenever you see a bright red gummy, carmine is usually the prime suspect.
But once again, the official documentation really works in our favor here. Because Bubs products are widely marketed as vegan, they've got that little green leaf certification, animal-based colorings like carmine are strictly forbidden. By definition, a certified vegan product just cannot contain insect-derived dyes or any animal byproducts at all. So using that vegan certification as a handy little dietary shortcut, we can confidently clear the carmine suspect. That's another really strong positive sign for Bubs Sweets. But wait, here's a trap people miss. Suspect number 3 is way trickier to spot. What about alcohol? You see, sometimes alcohol is used deep down in the production process, or as a chemical carrier to extract flavorings like vanilla or fruit extracts. This is where Muslim consumers have to be super careful, because just having a vegan label doesn't automatically guarantee that every single flavoring process is completely halal certified and totally free from intoxicating elements.
And this illustrates the difference perfectly, which is honestly a huge point of confusion for shoppers. Look at the strict distinction here. The simple vegan leaf on the left just means no animal ingredients. That's it, that's the whole scope. But the halal icon on the right, that demands a lot more. It requires no haram animals, absolutely zero intoxicating alcohol, zero impure contamination, and no prohibited manufacturing processes. So while that vegan label is incredibly helpful for knocking out the gelatin and carmine issues, it's not the exact same thing as a strict, comprehensive halal certification.
Which brings us to Section 2, the repackaging risk. Let's talk about this hidden trap.
Notice how the risk completely flips depending on how you buy your candy. On the left, factory-sealed Bubs give you full ingredient transparency, zero cross-contamination, and absolute certainty of what's inside the bag. But check out that pick and mix column on the right, which, let's face it, is exactly how so many people are buying these online right now. The risk just skyrockets. You're dealing with incomplete labels, a massive risk of cross-contamination from shared tongs and scoops in the candy shop, and safe Bubs are constantly mixed in the exact same bins with generic, highly doubtful Swedish sweets.
This is exactly why just seeing the aesthetic label Swedish candy slapped on the front of a bag is definitely not enough to guarantee it's safe to eat. In a spilled mystery mix like this, one skull might be a perfectly fine plant-based vegan sweet. But the red candy right next to it, the one literally physically touching it and sharing sugar crystals, that one could be packed with pork gelatin or doubtful insect dyes. The fancy marketing completely masks the individual ingredients.
Section 3. The Final Verdict and Islamic Ruling. Let's bring this all back to the core principles. So here is the big, awaited reveal for official, factory-sealed Bubs products straight from Halal Radar. The verdict is halal. Specifically because the current normal packaged sweets are explicitly stated to be vegan-friendly and gelatin-free. Those major haram concerns like pork gelatin and animal-derived additives are entirely absent. But please keep in mind, this applies strictly to the official, untouched products where we can confirm the ingredients are free from alcohol or haram additives. It definitely does not apply to those random online mystery mixes. Oh, and hey, if you've already unknowingly eaten from a sealed vegan package, rest easy. There is absolutely no need to panic. So how do we turn this investigation into a practical action plan for you? Moving forward, here are 3 concrete steps you can take to seamlessly protect your diet. Number 1, always check the exact flavor and ingredient label right there on the actual manufacturer's package. Number 2, just avoid those trendy, repacked, mixed bags entirely unless literally every single sweet inside has been individually identified and verified by the seller. And number 3, for the absolute highest level of caution and peace of mind, choose officially halal-certified sweets whenever you can find them. Remember, my dear brothers and sisters, you lose absolutely nothing by being careful for the sake of your faith. I know navigating the modern food industry with all its fast-moving viral trends can feel totally overwhelming, but walking away from a snack you aren't 100% sure about, that is never a loss. In fact, avoiding what's doubtful is a profound, empowering sign of God consciousness. Leaving doubtful matters isn't a weakness, it is taqwa.
Islam gives us such a clear, beautiful framework to navigate even the craziest viral food trends, ensuring that what we consume nourishes both our bodies and our souls. We've learned today that while official sealed Bubs pass the test, those trendy mixed bags pose a massive hidden risk. May you always be guided to what is pure. I genuinely hope this explainer has helped you navigate the candy aisle with absolute confidence. So the next time a viral snack pops up on your feed, will you choose what is undeniably pure?